Hello there guys, so today we are going to be taking a look at the Mystic Pasture event. So in case you don't know what Mystic Pasture is, it is a special event that is only available to play if you don't log into the game for 2 weeks or longer, which is really weird, and I've never actually gone 2 weeks without playing on my PC account, so I've never been able to look at this event. But essentially you have a bunch of really minor quests that you have to complete, and when you do, at the very end, you get given a breedable epic dragon as a reward. So that is the introduction, but we will jump straight into the event itself. And since I finally managed to get my Android account working, we can do it on our Android account. It took forever, but we are finally back. So thank the gods you're here. We have spotted a huge, awesome looking egg at the end of this path. So this is what Mystic Pasture looks like. You can see there's the arena on the right hand side, there's the clockwork dungeon and other stuff a little bit further up as well. So it gives us a bunch of these mundane tasks that we have to do, and we get an Empress dragon at the end as a reward, which is actually pretty good because we don't have one. So can you help and guide us towards it? There are some challenges to complete. Sure, Ned, we will do it. So again, it's like collect 20,000 gold. That's easy peasy, mate. It's easy peasy, mate. Cool, first one down, 9 more to go. We'll get our hands on that awesome egg in no time. The characters also seem to have mostly lost their basic character in this event. They seem a lot plainer, like there's no overarching story or anything. It is just about getting players back into the game again. So I think it is a really good addition for players that say haven't played the game for a few weeks and, you know, forget what the game's about, I suppose. But if you also just want to get yourself a free Empress or Storm Dragon without having to breed them, you can also just not log in for 2 weeks, and there you go. And again, I didn't have an Empress Dragon on this account, so when we do unlock it, you know, that's a free epic that we don't have to worry about. Not that we're really breeding anything anyway on this account, but I'm just, you know, if it were for a person that actually was playing on that account, it would be pretty good, right? So, for now we just have to do these fights. I actually got tabbed out there because of some stupid pop-up, but we are back, and we are halfway there. I wonder how this door ended up here though. Strange, isn't it? Slightly, are ya? And win 4 fights in the arena. This one can be a little bit tough depending on, you know, what actual league you've been put into. Luckily for us, we haven't really ever focused on the arena too much on this account, so this should be super duper easy to get through. So our Hellhound Dragon is just gonna one-shot everything. Feels bad, man, for them. Feels good for us though, because I mean, even though the Hellhound Dragon is pretty bad because he's weak to like everything, he's really good as an early game epic because again, he just tramples everything in his path. Everything. Plus he's super easy to enchant, super easy to level up and everything like that. So overall, he has done some pretty good work for us. So let's get all of these arena fights out of the way, and then we will be stuck behind a 1-day gate, and we will have to wait before we can progress. I guess that's just their way of, you know, stopping you from instantly getting the epic dragon. So now when we go back to the event, we'll claim this, and again it says 24 hours before we can get through the gate. Pretty annoying, but I'm going to time skip ahead for us. I have returned a day later, and it is time to continue on with Mystic Pasture. So we got through that stinky gate now, so go and pet my dragons 10 times, really. This is the most arduous quest you could give us. After waiting an entire 24 hours, I come back and you ask me to pet my dragons? Well, at least it's not an impossible quest, I'll give you that. That's something to appreciate, I suppose. So we'll go ahead, we'll tap all of our limited dragons that we don't have on our PC account and make us really depressed. Fine. Claim that. And what is the next one? Is it dungeon stuff? Train our dragon. Oh god, I'm gonna have to train them. Oh, I don't have VIP on either. I legitimately want to put VIP on just to do this, and whoever just messaged me on Discord, there will be consequences. There will be. But do I even care? Even if we miss one, it doesn't matter, because all that matters is that we do the training. It doesn't matter whether we perfect the training or not. So speaking of which, well, there you go. We did it with one miss. I'm not used to the phone screen, alright? I'm used to using a mouse. It's not my fault. So, win a fight in the dungeon 5 times. Ugh. This is the quest that I personally do not, or was not looking forward to. Although, because most of our dragons are a relatively even level, we should be able to do this on this account. It's just going to be kind of annoying. So, do we want to use this team? These are the dragons that we have. Considering it, yeah, I think we'll fine. We'll be fine. I mean, as long as we start off these fights with our reindeer using wind, we are good to go. It's just, these fights will take forever. But for the sake of showing you how Mystic Pastures works, and how easy or difficult it is for a player to actually complete it, we will do this. We will do all of this. I absolutely detest doing the dungeon, because it's basically like a very prolonged fight, and it's no more enjoyable than a regular set of fights. So I just absolutely hate having to do it all the time. And that's why I never do the dungeon anymore. Because at the same time, it's like, what reward do I get for even doing the dungeon anymore? We have all the dragons that we want on our main account. Why would I do it on this account either? Just doesn't make any sense. But main thing that I do end up doing with this team is, you know, we start off with wind, we use Ra to either buff, or we'll use fire to take out a dragon, depends on the situation. But buffing with divines, especially with lower level dragons, is really, really useful because it saves you from quite a lot of deaths. And the main reason for that is most of the enemy dragons you come in contact with will not have level 6 upgrades yet. So most of them don't have level 6 metal, don't have level 6 plant or shadow or anything like that. So they're a lot easier to deal with than higher level dragons and, you know, late game map fight dragons tend to be. Except in the dungeon they do sometimes like to give you really, really strong dragons, and it becomes very difficult. But our 2 divines and our legendary reindeer here should be able to deal with this. The main problem with this team, as you may notice, we do have shadow. However, we don't have any plant. So this team is extremely defensive, even though I have 2 super aggressive dragons in this slot. So, honestly, you know who would be a perfect fit for this team? Freya. Freya would be perfect for this. Because then we could use wind on Freya and still smack them up with plant. So if we'd have got a Freya on the Android account, that probably would have been the best dragon we could have had. So following that logic, that means that the Pixie would also probably be pretty decent as well. Obviously not as good as Freya, not as good as the Hermes dragon would be, but just putting it into perspective. And you know, it's sort of annoying because I have leveled up all 3 of these dragons to like level 30 something, and they have all had their elements upgraded now. So maybe we just keep this account completely evenly leveled pretty much and just keep going, because as long as we can do the dungeon, that probably means that we're going to be fine during castle events and mini events as well. So if we do ever need to use this account for any reason, these dragons should be pretty okay, right? One would assume so at least. So we keep building up Dragon Fury, and round 1 is our main goal. So, you know, just getting perfect hits as much as we can. So then when wave 2 of the dungeon fight comes up, we can just use Dragon Fury and probably kill off 1 or 2 of them. At least get very, very close to doing it. So, you know, going back to a time where we can't just one-shot everything is strange. It's very strange, in fact, and I think I may have already screwed this up. Let's hope that they cannot kill us through this bless. Okay, no, we're fine. Good. Good. For a second there, I was getting kind of sketchy. It's like, oh, our health's getting a little bit low. Health's getting very low, in fact. So now we are on to our second wave's worth of dragons, and this is probably where it's going to get a little bit scarier, because our only high damage, high attack dealing dragon here is our Hellhound. So we need to try and keep him up as much as possible, because our Golden Crow is 5 levels behind him, and our Rust Dragon here is also quite a few levels behind. And plus, the Rust Dragon is only a rare. And the problem with rares, as I've said many, many times, is the fact that the lower the rarity of the dragon, the lower their base stats are. So instead of us using a Rust Dragon, we could have just used an Epic Dragon with like the same elements or very similar ones, and it would just be a lot better than him. I just decided to use the Rust Dragon early on for, I don't know, God knows why. So this is what we are stuck with for the moment. But, you know, this team, or these 2 sets of teams basically, are not anywhere close to what I would consider even a mid-game team. They are definitely more of an early game team. I'm just still using them because I don't really play on this account anymore. But even with dragons like this, you can still do the Mystic Pastures event, you can still do the castle events, you can still do the dungeons. You just have to make sure that you've made your team properly. And that's what I think a lot of people miss out on, because they're like, I'm a low level player, so I obviously can't do the dungeon quacks. Why do you act like it's so easy? It's like, well, this is why I also have this account, to show you that it is doable. I was doing the dungeon on this account even with like level 20s, I think, something like that. So you don't need super high level dragons, you don't need super special dragons to do it either. Just gotta use your brain. Just gotta use your brain. Even with dragons that are a few levels behind as well, you know, as long as you put it together properly, you will be fine. So we will try and focus down this Love Dragon, I think, because he will go into Vengeful Sword as well. Oh no, I should have put that Stone Shield on our Hellhound. What have I done? That was a mistap. I was legitimately just talking about using my brain, and now I've done this to myself. Oh no. Oh no. I think we can take both of these out with Dragon Fury though. Yeah, I think we can. So this should still be fine. Although this was a little bit close for comfort. So don't be an idiot, use your brain. Don't be like me. Otherwise that will happen. So our second last quest here is just to breed 2 dragons together. And to be honest, that is like the easiest thing in the world to do. So we'll take these 2 out, because I was going to try and breed the Jester, but I don't really need to. And then our final one, wow, we're so close. Just one more push and we all get our well-deserved rewards. So explore the ruins around your island 1 time. Alright, that's fine. I mean, we'll just pop in whatever. So, sure, Mold, the water dragon can go in here, along with any amount of dragons, really. Sure, the turtle can go in, and you can go in as well, War Dragon. Fine, it doesn't matter who we use. So we will claim that, and then this journey ends here, but new challenges await you in the vast world of Dragonlandia. We wish you the best, and have fun with your new dragon. So, just for doing some basic everyday quests like that, we get a free epic. Not too shabby, right? So, I genuinely do think this will help lower level players a lot, and obviously this has been out since update 3.7, So that's been quite a while now. But if you are someone that might want to take advantage of this, you know, just don't log in for 2 weeks and just go ahead and get yourself a free dragon. So, I'm happy, you're happy, and if you don't know about the Mystic Pasture, at least you do now. So, anyway guys, that is everything I wanted to go through. We will wait for this Empress to finish, but I guess one last thing that we can do is we can try for a breed for the Chevalier. Why not? So that would be a Gave plus Wind on this account. Depends on where our Wind Dragon is. Hello, hello. There he is. So then we will breed these, and that is not what we wanted. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for joining me, and until next time, I will see you then.